Hello all, it's your girl Tiffany, aka Madam Luscious Black Beauty, aka your poetic psychic Pisces High Priestess, aka Diamond. So, I'm here to do another video. Today's video is being sold out to the satanic powers that be from birth. The reason I'm doing this video is because most people whom are targeted individuals automatically assume that randomly, all of a sudden, out the blue, they became targets. When, matter of factly, you really didn't do anything wrong to become a target. First of all, this is a hate crime, okay? It is a hate crime against humanity. These are domestic terrorists right here in the United States of America. Although this goes on all over the world, not just the United States, but these are domestic terrorists who are active participants in this federal government program to target you. And that's where all the stalking and the harassment and everything comes from. But the fact of the matter is that many of us have been targets from day one. Myself, I was born on March 6, 1984. So I happen to know that I have been cursed from birth. From the day I was born, witches in my family cast curses and spells upon my life, and things were done to place me under mind control, to keep me brainwashed and blind and dumbed down. And just like myself, many other people are unaware that they have witches in their family, that they have these sellouts in their family, that they have people who are in their family who are linked to these satanic powers that be. And at a very early age, before you are able to know or comprehend or understand, many of our family members, whether our parents or our grandparents, even other people in our family, are sellouts and sold us out to for lack of a better word, these satanic powers that be, those who are in power, those who run, rule, and control the world. For many of us, it is something about your bloodline. It is something about the numerology, as well as different things centered around your birth. And especially like myself, I had teenage parents because of the lack of love, support, nurturing, and many in abuse and neglect and many other things that I went through. I find it very hard to believe that these people are in fact my family. I was so sad and so depressed growing up. I knew from a very early age that something was wrong with this world, and I did not want to be here. And frankly, I'm not from here, okay? I'm a different being, cut from a different fabric, from another dimension. I am just here visiting. I am here for a short period of time. I have a purpose. I have a destiny. There is a calling that has been placed on my life. I am here specifically to do the work of a higher power, if you will. Nevertheless, different things that align with, like I said, your bloodline, from who you are to gifts you have to abilities you have, powers that you have within you, whether you are aware of them or not. Those in power know these things. And when they know these things, things are done, like I said, when you are at a very young age, to keep you unaware of the power that you hold within you, the gifts that you have. There's a lot of gifts that I have that I am aware of. I am highly intuitive. I am naturally empathic. I have a photographic memory. I have an ability to sense things and I have the ability to sense things before they happen and before they come about, whether it's inventions, whether it's life events, and it's a lot of different things, but it's not the same for everybody. Some people just have people whom are in their family, whether they're connected to these satanic powers that be through the industry, through government, through military. You can be connected to these satanic powers that be in various different forms. Through fraternities and sororities, they're praising and worshiping Greek gods, false gods, through secret societies, like Freemasonry. But there are many other secret societies. You have your Skull and Bones, you have your Knights and Templars, you have your Jesuits, you have so many different secret societies that people may or may not know that their family members are involved in. There are witches and satanic covens and things all over the world. So it is quite possible for you to have witches in your family and you not be aware of it. It's many people who have had spells and curses placed on their life and on not only just on your life, on your mind, on your body, on your womb, on your internal organs, on your finances, on your love life. All of these things have been horrible in my life. I have endured a lot of trauma. I have endured abuse and neglect. I have, endured a lot of different things. When you're traumatized at an early age and the mind is shattered and you're placed under mind control and different things like that, there's certain things that is deep in your subconscious that or on the forefront before you wake up you can't remember and things like that or whatever. So if you go through an awakening and you begin to remember things, talent, skills, abilities are coming natural to you. You're awake to things that you've never known before, that you've never seen before, that was always around you. When you're realizing certain things about people in your family, about people that you've been in a relationship with, about people that you work with, things in the government, things about all kinds of people that is close to you. A lot of times a shift to happen. A lot of times people go through awakenings. Many different people are targeted for many different reasons. The most of us who are targets are individuals who are awake, individuals who are strong-willed, strong-minded, individuals who harbor certain powers, certain gifts, certain abilities, certain talents, certain skills, people who are outspoken, people who go against the grain, who go against the status quo, who go against the propaganda and the agendas of these satanic powers that be. When you are able, like myself, to see the demons in people, like literally see these demons, there's a lot of people surrounded around us every single day whom are demonically possessed. Some of them know it and some of them do not. There are a lot of people who are demonically possessed, and frankly, the majority of the people who participate in attacking you, targeting you, working against you, and these people are demonically possessed. A lot of these people, besides them being demonically possessed, they're working for a higher power to sabotage you, to ruin you, to destroy you. And it even comes down to the point where they will actively be trying to kill you, if not forcing you to try to kill yourself. And that's what a lot of people are unaware of. A lot of people get targeted who are deemed quote-unquote conspiracy theorists, whom are truthers or dissidents or all kinds of people end up being targeted for various different reasons. But most people think once you, first of all, it's a lot of people who are being targeted right now who do not know that they are targets. What people do need to understand is that really, frankly, we're all targets. Some of us know it and some of us do not. Even the gang stalkers themselves are being watched. They're being controlled. They are being targeted themselves. At some point, they were recruited, though, and they decided to work for these satanic powers that be. And these are the individuals, whether those who are in hiding or those that they actively use on a ground level, the foot soldiers that you could encounter or run into any day, whether it be people in your family, whether it be so-called friends, whether it be people you're in a relationship with, and things like that. These people are sellouts. These people are, in fact, essentially targets as well, but because they have been recruited into this satanic program, they use these individuals. They are ops, they are agents, they are spies, they are informants. These people are assigned to you, and behind your back they are relaying messages back to their handlers, back to those behind the scenes in power, whoever is controlling them, different information and different things about you. This is being used on a mass scale, and a lot of people are unaware of it. This United States government, they have technology to control whole crowds of people. They can start a riot, they can stop a riot. When you see protests and riots and looting and different things like that happening, they are organizing it. They are planning it. They are setting it up. They can start it just as well as they can stop it. All of these major events that are happening, these are staged events. Some call them false flags. Some call them just right out staged events. But these are things that have been set up by the United States government, and they're controlling it all. Many people who are targets are being used as patsies, because of the torture that they endure, because of the level of technology that is being used, these people can be triggered to hurt themselves. They can be triggered to hurt innocent bystanders. They can be triggered to hurt their family or anybody around them. They can be triggered to commit a crime. They literally can be triggered to do just about anything. And a lot of people is unaware that the United States government has been human experimenting on American citizens for a very long time, without our consent, without our knowledge. When it comes to individuals who are being targeted, a lot of people are unaware. A lot of people speak about human chipping. You hear about people like Elon Musk coming out with the brain chip and things like that. You're hearing talks of these things as like it's being created, like it's being looked at, it's being worked on. They have things like smart dust particles. They have the chemtrails, the things that they dump in the air from their chemtrails. That stuff trickles down in the sky, and we are breathing that in. And this is the reason why how in neighborhoods everything can be fine, but they can cause events to happen in certain neighborhoods. They can cause fights to happen, riots to happen, shootings to happen, just all kind of violence and things. People are unaware also that a lot of time when we see killings that are being done, whether it's police shootings, whether it's black on black crime, whether it's any kind of crime, randomly some person who massacres their whole family, or go and shoot up a school or a movie theater, or mow people down in their vehicle. These people are under mind control. These people are being targeted. They are being watched, and they have been triggered to do these things. And a lot of people are unaware that that is happening. This stuff goes way deeper than what people know. And so that's some of what I'm speaking about today. But mainly this topic is about those of us whom are targeted individuals, and we were sold out from our very birth. A lot of people tend to believe that because there are targets, that at whatever age that they found out that they were a target, it started then. The fact of the matter is, you were being watched and profiled well before you even knew that you were a target. You were already a target before they made you aware that you were a target. By the time they make you aware that you're a target, they only do so to maximize or heighten the effects of them targeting you. And this is a slow kill program. They use this for human trafficking. They use this to spy on people, to control people's mind frames. I'm telling you, they use this to control people's sexuality, to make people fall in love with each other, to make people break up with each other, to change the sexuality of certain people, to do all kinds of things. They trigger people to commit crimes, and then everybody around them that it was aware of them being a target come out and make it seem like they had no idea of anything being wrong. They're all playing a role. They're all actors. And they use this, and they can institutionalize the person. Many people who are targets have been institutionalized. Many people who are targets have been in prisons, and many people who are targets have been triggered to suicide, and they have been outright killed. They are suicided, which means that they were murdered and it was staged to look like a suicide. Or they create these freak accidents and all kinds of things, but they are doing this on a massive scale. The problem with this is it's only those of us who know that we are targets. We're the only ones who's speaking out about it. And from the government, and from everybody that you come into contact with, that you try to tell about it, they're all involved with it. So you are met with people trying to make it seem like something is wrong with you, that you are a lie, that you are just making this up, that okay, like nobody gets middle age and decides to lose their freaking mind, and just most people can't even fathom that these things are going on, let alone just make it up. You can take a habitual liar that lies every day, all day. They could not take all of this information and just make it up and be speaking the same thing. This is happening. This is going on. This is being done, until that same lie consistently, year after year after year after year after year. Like, yeah, that's not how it works. You can't make it up. But what they do is they set it up in a way to make it look like if you speak out about it, if you go to seek help about it or to talk to somebody about it, it makes it look like you are the one with the problem. And they set it up like that on purpose. And frankly, the way I feel about it, whomever came up with it, whatever mad scientist came up with this illegal technology, this programming to experiment on humans, to mind control human beings, they need to be taken to the gun line and shot twice in the face. Like, seriously, they don't even deserve life, less alone to be on planet Earth nowhere, not even just America, okay? They don't need to be nowhere. Anybody that comes up with things like that to hurt humanity, to kill off mankind, to hurt mankind, to use mankind as your own personal guinea pigs, you don't even deserve life. You are worse than a terrorist. And therefore, your crimes, your hate crimes against humanity is punishable by death, in my opinion. And that goes for anybody whom is involved in this. It is absolutely sad that these are the things that are happening in the United States of America. It's heartbreaking that we are put here on this earth just to be manipulated, just to be controlled, just to be tortured, just to be put under mind control, just to be invaded, violated, have our data collected, have our privacy invaded and violated. Every right we were said to have was a lie. We have no freedom. How can you have freedom in a world where nothing is free? We have no freedom. We have no liberty. Justice does not exist. You know why justice doesn't exist? Because they tell you that they have a judicial system. They tell you that they have due process. But is targeting someone to death justice? Is sabotaging and ruining somebody's life the way the judicial system works? You are not only persecuting a person, but you are prosecuting a person, and you are torturing a person while you illegally invade and violate a person against their will unto their death without a judge, a jury, or trial. Even if you had a judge, jury, and a trial, that it would not be legal for you to do the things that you are doing. And this is the reason why these cowards work in secret. This is the reason why they work in secret. This is the reason why they hide themselves. This is the reason why they use little brainwashed, dumbed down puppets to do all their little dirty work and come and do their hand signs and their symbolisms and wear their color codes and their color schemes. And all of this this is all being done by psychopaths. This is being done by people whom are demonically possessed. And it's time that those people in the United States of America, you don't need to wake up. It's past time for you to wake up. Wakes are for the dead, okay? You need to rise up against this. You need to speak up about this. You need to fight back against this. Otherwise, we're going to keep dying off day by day. These people have enslaved us. And for all of the people that would say something idiotic like, I ain't never been a slave. I don't know anybody in my family that's been a slave. I'm not no slave. Your mind is enslaved. Yeah, you're a slave. You do whatever the powers that be tell you to. Every time you pay illegal taxes that you are being ordered to pay, you are a slave. Every time you follow any type of rules, regulation, orders, or bylaws by these satanic powers that be, you are in fact a slave. Anytime you follow the order from people in power who don't even follow their own rules and regulations, you are a slave. See, they can do what thou will, but you can't. It's do as I say, not as I do. So it's fine for them to do what thou wilt. It's not okay for you to. And this is how they control the American people. So when speaking of slaves, yeah, they have physically enslaved my race. They hate us the most. They want to kill off our entire race. But the fact of the matter is, it is people of all races who are being enslaved. People of all races who are being invaded and violated. People of all races who are being controlled and manipulated by these satanic powers that be. They don't care anything about us. They don't care anything about the races that's here on planet Earth right now besides their own. In fact, they want to create a new race. But see, that's a whole nother story for a different day. Back to the topic. The fact of the matter is a lot of people whom are targets, you are unaware that you have been a target from day one. You are unaware that you were likely sold out from birth. There are many people who already have chips implanted in them and they do not know. There are many people who are under a form of mind control like MK Ultra right now. And they do not know, except for those of us who are targets and know what is being done to us. Your family is aware of it. If you're in a relationship with anybody, they're aware of it. Your so-called friends are aware of it. Your co-workers are aware of it. If you go to church or a part of any groups or anything, they're aware of it. Everybody's playing their role. 9 times out of 10. If you look back over your life, you will find out that there are sellouts in your family. There are secret Satanists and Luciferians in your family. There are people in your family who are members of these secret societies. There are likely witches in your family. A curse has been placed on your life. Spells have been cast over your health and your well-being. See, it's a lot that ties into being targeted. See, it's all of those satanic, masonic, demonic things that are happening to you. But the use of illegal technology like remote neural monitoring, neuro-linguistic programming, hive mind control, frequencies are being tapped into that connects to your body, to the frequencies that are flowing through your body. We all have electricity, energy flowing through our body. These Satanists in power, they got these geek squads, these hackers, these trackers that know how to manipulate these frequencies to tap into your mind, to tap into your body. They can control your organs. They can stop your organs from working at any point in time. They can control your limbs. I knew how easy it was for them to control you when they often sabotage my car in different ways. Because of the job I do, I have to have my own transportation in order to do my job. So a lot of times they fool with my car, because if I don't have a car, I can't work. And if I can't work, I can't make money. If I can't make money, I can't pay my bills, and I can't take care of myself as well as my daughter. So they have done many things to tamper with my car. I've had to put thousands and thousands of dollars into just keeping my car running just so I can work. But one particular time that they had something to go on with my car. The car started up fine. I began to work. I had to go right around the corner from where I lived to pick up something, so I hadn't even been in the car long. Everything was fine. I picked up my customer's order. I was headed to the destination that I needed to go to. All of a sudden, the battery light came on in my car. Now that's weird because, like I said, they have tampered with my car several times. I have a brand new battery. I've had the transmission fixed. They have messed up lights. I've got all new lights. I've got new batteries. I've gotten tune-ups. I keep constant oil change. I've got all kinds of stuff. Radiators, this and that. I've put more thousands of dollars into just keeping my car running just so I can work. So they sabotage my car all the time. These perps, they have these perps that do all kinds of things to attack you all the time. So the car was still running. I didn't know why this battery light had come on. Like I said, I have a brand new battery. This is how easily they are able to control you. It's easy for somebody to say, oh, they can't control me. They can't make me do anything. When I got to the destination to drop the order off to my customer, I got on my phone and I let the customer know that I was out there with their order. I was waiting on them to come out. While I was sitting there, I'm trying to figure out, why did this come on? Now the car's running fine, the lights is on, everything is fine. I had never seen this light come on before, not even when I had to go and get a new battery. So I didn't know what it was for. They trigger you. They beam something in your mind. Something told me, just cut the car off and cut it back on. I mean, it's running fine. Just cut the car off and try to cut it back on. I cut that car off. They triggered me to turn the car off. I cut that car off and it did not crank back up. I was stuck there for hours. They triggered me to do that. They knew it was going to make me be stuck there. They knew I was not going to be able to continue to work. So not only were they messing with my time, my money, my vehicle. I had my daughter with me. It's in the middle of the night. We're stuck outside, you know. And it's a brand new battery. So I actually had this battery charger type of thing. You take it out. It has lights on it. It has an air pump on it. It's got all kinds of stuff. It's got the works on it. So I take it out and I hook it up to the battery. And usually if I had to use it before, the car cranked right up. The car wouldn't turn over at all. And it was weird because the lights were steady coming on. The radio was coming on and everything. They made the battery charger thing I had drained all the way down. The car still wouldn't crank. And then I'm sitting there. And then I said, they triggered me to, I thought, and then I said it out loud. They triggered me to say, I said, I don't know what's going on. I'm like, all the lights and everything is on. Why won't the car turn over? Soon as I said that, all the lights, radio, everything went out. Now nothing is coming on. A couple people came along, offered to give me a jump on the car. I said, okay. Nothing at all would not happen. So we end up sitting there for some hours. Somebody came along. I made a phone call. Somebody came along and they end up pushing me. I could get to put the car in neutral. They had to put their battery in my car just for me to get the lights and stuff back on and put my car in neutral. Switch the batteries back out and things like that. And I was only right around the corner from my house, thank goodness. Because a lot of time my job take me out to the middle of nowhere and stuff. So, and I was right around the corner from the house. I was so drove. And another thing that they do is they let other people know that you're a target. So I began to call tow shops. Okay. Now everybody know at nighttime tows get higher. There's a lot of people that's like $50 tow places and things like that you can get in the daytime, but a lot of the cheaper tow places are closed at nighttime. All the 24-hour tow shops, they're a little bit more expensive, but with this situation in particular, I knew the people answer the phone almost like they know you were going to be calling them. And they speak in a way like they have been told what to say and how to say it. And they were giving me outrageous prices. I was less than 2 minutes away from my own house. I was right around the corner from my house where this happened. Those people told me like $200 and something to tow me around the corner to my house. So I knew they were purposely trying to overcharge me. And this is another reason why I hate when they tamper with your vehicle. Like I said, they contact everybody. Everybody know and is aware that you're a target. So if I got to go get any work done, it's already bad enough that I am a single mother. You know, I'm not in a relationship with anybody. So it's bad when a single woman goes to a shop anyway. The guys at the shop think because you're single, you're by yourself, you don't have a man with you. They're already trying to get over on you. So you have to go and get anything done. It can be the simplest anything, and they just charge you outrageous prices. And you know this stuff don't cost that much. Because if you call around a little bit, you'll find other places that's for the same job that's like way, way cheaper. So you specifically know that this person is just getting over and trying to overcharge you. And this has happened every time I've had to get something fixed on my car. And what happens is I take my car to the shop, then because the shop owners and the people working in the shop know that I'm a target, they'll tear something else up on my vehicle. Just like when I got my transmission done and I got motor mounts put on and I was supposed to have motor mounts done. He did not change my motor mounts. I was supposed to have my transmission done. When they did that, they tore off the whole front part of my car. Like there's a whole part that goes along the side that goes over where the light fixtures and different things in place, that was missing. The little bar things that goes in the car, screws, the bar, all kinds of stuff was missing off my vehicle. Then he tried to convince me it was like that when I brought it there, and I'm like, no, it wasn't. My lights were hanging off. They broke it off. They literally purposely broke stuff on my car on purpose. Not to mention, they procrastinated and waited forever to tell me to come and pick up my car. So when I did, my tags all of a sudden came up missing. My car was there. I had my tags on my car when I took my car there. All of a sudden, they lost my tags. And I knew that they had did something with my tags because they have other people to subliminally do stuff around you when something is happening. So this guy happened to be walking by with his tags in his hand, and he goes and put them in the little file cabinet drawer that he had. And at the same time that I'm seeing this, I'm telling him, where are my tags? My tags is missing off my car. And they act like they're searching. They couldn't find my tags on my car. So I knew that this was done on purpose. And then the guy, all of a sudden, he said, yeah, that's why I just took my tags off my car. They purposely took my tags. They did it on purpose, just to send you through unnecessary crap. This is what these gang-stalking perps do. And they literally have the ability to contact anybody you come into contact with. And I don't care if you go to the store, to the gas station, to the grocery store, to the post office, to the bank, to a restaurant, to anywhere you go. You around so-called family, you think these people are your friends, you think these people are your family, and you're literally watching them throw shade at you, slick shots at you, making little wisecracks and comments and saying little stupid stuff, and they do it in a way to make it seem like they're having regular conversation, but they're actually throwing slick shots at you. They're actually saying things that's supposed to trigger you in some type of way, to attack you in some time. I mean, it's crazy. It gets really wild, the stuff that goes on. But the point of all this is, a lot of us whom are targets, we have been targets from the very beginning. We were sold out likely by our parents. I had teenage parents. I believe my mom was 15 or 16 when she had me. My dad was 16 or 17, something like that. It was either 16 and 17 or 15 and 16, one or the other. I'm 37 now. And they're in their 50s or something well, my dad passed away, but he was had already reached 50 something or something, and my mom was so I think he's older than her by a year or something like that. But anyway, they were teenagers when they had me. So just think to yourself, I was born in the 80s, okay? These satanic powers that be, they have been doing a lot of things for a very long time. And when it comes to the MK Ultra mind control, this was actively being used. It was publicly known that they were using this during that time, along with many other things. We have reports of experimentation on our soldiers with mind control tactics. On the soldiers, they purposely gave these people syphilis. They purposely exposed them to chemicals and nuclear weaponry and all kinds of things, and they infected them, and they predominantly did it to African Americans during that time. So a lot of this technology, they already had access to. They were already using mind control. They have been using that for a very long time. My own people, my own parents, my own grandparents sold me out. And not only that, I have witches in my family. Curses was placed on my life from birth. I believe curses was placed on my life while I was still in the womb. And so that ultimately means that the curses was placed on my mom, the curses was placed on myself. And what people need to realize is that when your parents sell you out, you know, they make these, it's just like making a deal with the devil. When they make these deals with these satanic powers that be, and they sell their own kids out to get a new lease on life to these satanic powers that be, you know, and it's for them to get a new lease on life, but they tell them, oh, we're going to do this, that, and the other to them, or they'll be under mind control. They'll never know that, you know, and if you look back over your life and you think back really hard, you went through traumatic experience. I know I did. You go through traumatic experiences. You go through trauma and torture on purpose. Anybody who has ever been through SRA, which stands for Satanic Ritual Abuse, there are things that are done and ways that you are tortured as a child. And a lot of the torture you endure, from sexual abuse to all kinds of things. It can happen after a certain age, but to shatter the child's mind, a lot of time it happens before the age of 6. So once the mind is shattered, altars are created. And they're placed under mind control, and the trauma and things that have been done to them, it gets suppressed and placed in the back of your subconscious, so you grow up not being able to remember everything that has happened to you, or if you can, it's like glimpses and pieces of it, and it's like this puzzle that you're trying to put together. And the fact of the matter is your parents allowed you to be tortured like this. You were given to people. You were left with certain people who traumatize you through all kinds of abuse and torture, to shatter the mind, to create these alter egos, to split the mind up into multiple personalities and things, and you're put under this mind control, and throughout your whole life you're going through all kinds of things, and that being mixed with the fact that you had a curse that was placed on your life from birth. These are the things that I went through, okay? Guys, I was put on a plane when I was like 6 years old by myself from Cheyenne, Wyoming back to Arkansas. We was living on the military base. My mama was married to her husband at the time. She was never married to my daddy. She hated my daddy with a passion, thus she hated me with a passion, which is another reason why I got tortured and taunted the way I did. I was never loved. I never got any nurturing or anything like that. So we were living on the military base because he was stationed in the military. So we were living on base at the time in Cheyenne, Wyoming. And my birthday is March the 6th. My sister's birthday, she was born, we're 6 years apart, but we're 2 weeks apart. So on my birthday, on my 6th birthday, she was born 2 weeks after my birthday on March the 20th. And not long after she was born, I was shipped away. I was put on a plane by myself. That's trauma, people. That's torture, people. How many people? You can just go around and ask any random mother, any random parents that care about their kids, would you put your kid on a plane by themselves at 6 years old? And I guarantee you, they will say, hell no. Now, you can pay for escorts when you, but in this day and time, when you hear about kids, if you heard from anybody that kids was being shipped on a plane by themselves, they are being trafficked. Escort or no escort. You understand me? You don't know what happened to me on that plane. You don't know that I came directly back to Arkansas from Cheyenne, Wyoming. You don't know what I endured before I got on that plane, while I was on that plane, and by the time I touched back down here when I was 6 years old. That was being done on purpose. Things are done on purpose to traumatize you. Nobody asks you, hey, are you afraid of heights? Different things have been done to me in different times to traumatize me in my life. This is how I know that I've been a target from birth. My mom also let me drown, basically. When you go through certain trauma and torture and you've been abused by people, the things with satanic ritual abuse that a lot of people don't understand, the very people that you around that abuse you are also sometimes be the people that show up to save you. So just imagine drowning and being, as a little girl, the deepest part of the water. Parents who know how to swim, who never taught to teach you how to swim, never get you swimming lessons or anything. I had to teach myself how to swim. There's a lot of things I know how to do. I had to teach myself how to swim. And it came from trauma that I went through. A lot of things I had to teach myself. I had to learn myself. I taught myself how to drive. I went and took the driver's test without even reading the book. I have a lot of talents and skills that people are unaware of. I have a photographic memory. Anything I don't know how to do, I can literally see it. I'm a very visual person because I have a photographic memory. I can see something being done and I can master it. I mimic very well. Nevertheless, back to the story. Imagine being drowned and allowed to drown for a while, what seemed like a long period of time. And then the very person that allowed you to drown act like they're going to save you. That's torture, people. That's trauma, people. Being put on a plane by yourself and not even asking. You don't know why you got to go. You don't know why you being shipped off. That's trauma, people. Nevertheless, a lot of people who are targets are unaware that they've been targeted all their life. Their family, their parents have lied to them. Their grandparents have lied to them. And everybody in their family is involved. I told y'all in the other video that I've been a loner all my life. And I literally was a loner, so I always played by myself. And so when I was shipped back here from Cheyenne, Wyoming, I came back here and I stayed with my maternal grandmother, which I love my grandmother to death, but, you know, she was my grandmother. She didn't drive, which I didn't care. You know, I learned how to ride the bus and stuff like that from my grandmother and stuff. And she used to say stuff like, I wish I knew how to drive so I could take you here and there and stuff like that. But at the time, my aunt was younger then and she was still staying at home and stuff like that. And I was a loner and I was always by myself. Even when I went outside to play, I was by myself. And you get just abuse and trauma in your life several different times. So, like, she would do stuff to, like, be funny, but make a mockery of you because you by yourself, because you don't have no friends. And she would just come up to me and just, like, knock on my head like that with her knuckles, like, really hard. And I'll never forget the one time she seen me, why are you out here by yourself? And I was like, I don't have no friends. I don't have nobody to play with. And she was like, oh, come on inside. I'll play with you. And she had this room, and she used to have all these teddy bears and things I'll never forget. And they used to be hanging. They were like all over the wall and all around the room and stuff like that or whatever. And you dare not go in her room, you know, without her permission or anything like that. And I was so excited because I'm like, okay, my aunt's going to play with me. And we got in the house. And she like totally dissed me. She didn't play with. I mean, it's just that's a small, insignificant nothing. But when you're like really young and you're a loner, it breaks your heart, and you don't understand why you're not loved, why you're not wanted as a child. And you go to school, you don't have any friends, you're bullied, you're teased, you're talked about, and you realize that, like, I realize it now. I didn't understand it then. I just was really down and depressed, and I was you just feel like you're never good enough. Now I understand I was a target all along. All of this was set up on purpose. All of these people have been operatives in my life. They are agents. They're nothing but actors. They're playing different roles in my life. And they actively participated in keeping me brainwashed and dumbed down. And it wasn't until I was 30 years old and I went through my awakening, and I changed I did a complete 360 in my life, completely changed my life in various different ways. And I'm praying and I'm meditating and I'm going out in nature, and Spirit kept telling me, go back to what you know best. And I've always been a writer. I love writing. But I never thought my writing was good enough to like express it with anybody else. Like when you're a loner, you're pretty quiet, you're pretty shy. You don't have anybody to share it with. And I've done many great things, but a part of trauma, a part of the torture, a part of you being a target and your family being a part of it, they never support you. They never tell you, good job, that was great, you did really good on that. They never embrace your talents or your skills or your abilities or anything like that. So that's that. It's a lot of different things happen for different people. When you're the one that always are getting beatings, not spankings, beatings. It's a fine line between getting a spanking or a whipping or something and getting a beating. When you taking the beatings, when you get in trouble for other people, and you get that is torture, that is trauma on you. You are purposely being abused on purpose, just to traumatize you. It's purposely put in your face. Your siblings, if your siblings have a different dad than you, because my mom's other two kids, my sister and my brother, they have the same dad. I'm the only one with a different dad. They're light-skinned. I'm the only one dark-skinned. So, of course, they were treated better than me. They were loved better than me. They were military brats. They had a military dad. So, they automatically, they got special privileges and different things like that, just because, not only that they were light-skinned, but, their dad was somehow better than mine. I never had a father. My father wasn't in my life. But there's small little significant other things where you're not taken care of. My sister and brother have never had to worry about dental insurance, health insurance, vision insurance, anything like that. That was supplied for them. They were always taken care of. They had all the things that I never had. And it was purposely set up that way. And it was done to me on purpose. I've never had anything but what the government provided for me. You know why? Because I was sold out to them satanic powers that be. And these Satanists have possessed my life since my birth. And I was sold out by my own mother, by my own parents, by my own family. And they know it. I had to go to public school while my sister and brother got homeschooled. I went to things that they could never freaking go to. I went to foster home. I went to several different facilities. All kinds of things. Before, by my preteens, I wasn't even living with them. I I was shipped here and there and some everywhere. I was never wanted. I was never loved. I was never accepted. It's not something that I dwell on, but looking back over my life as a target now, I know that these people have been nothing more than actors. And they all have been actively involved with stalking me, with harassing me, with torturing me, with traumatizing me, with targeting me my entire life. And ever since they realized that I woke up, that I rose up, and that I spoke out about the things that I was finding out, that I was seeing, that I was learning, because I was appalled when I was finding out these things. You just want to know, who else know? Like, why is nobody talking about this? Why is nobody doing anything about this? Like, what is going on? Like, and I begin to speak out about these things, and they scatter like roaches. And they all have been hell-bent on trying to set me up, to shut me up ever since. But even though those closest to me are working against me, I know that this is a federal program. I know this is the satanic powers that be doing. I know that Freemasons are behind this. I know that the military is behind this. Your CIA, your FBI, these security agencies, these spy companies. This is being done with artificial intelligence. This is being done with witchcraft and voodoo, black magic. This is being done by these elites, these politicians, these satanic powers that be. They're the very ones that fund these operations to have American citizens human experimented on, to have our privacy invaded and violated, to have our lives sabotaged and ruined, to spread slander campaigns about you, rumors about you, to blacklist you, block you from getting jobs, block you from succeeding, block you from having any substantial amount of income. They even block you from even having a real relationship with anybody. Anybody's a target. You literally cannot be in a relationship with anybody. If you do hook up with somebody, they have been infiltrated. They are a op, and they have been sent to you on purpose. And Lord forbid, if you're intimate with anybody, they're watching you, even in the privacy of your own home. You're being recorded. And it's been put on the dark web, and you are being watched. Your life is being sold to these elites, to these satanic powers that be, that are bidding and betting on different things being done to you, that is watching your life be destroyed on a daily basis. And they want to break you down and tear you down in so many different ways. That this is the reason why they hate me. This is the reason why they have gotten to the point where they're actively threatening to kill me, or imprison me, or institutionalize any damn thing. They have used so many different threats against me, but I tell them all the time, I am not afraid of them. In the least bit. I am not afraid of these Satanists. I'm not afraid of these satanic powers that be. And I know that this has been going on all my life, because I kid you not. Not one person I have ever been in a relationship with, nor anybody that I've ever had sex with, loved me or cared about me. I have never had true and unconditional love ever before in my life. The people that I have been in a relationship with, they did not love me. They did not care about me. They were assigned to me. They were put in my life to spy on me, to watch me, try to handle me, and in a sense, and all along, they were going behind my back reporting to their handlers about me. I have never been pleased to the fullest ever in my life. So even when I was having sex, which I've gone years without having sex now. I don't even have sex. I don't even worry about being in a relationship with anybody or any of that. I don't worry about that. I don't even want to. Like, when you're a target, You don't even worry about those things because you know you are being watched. You know anybody that comes into your life is an operative, is an agent, is an informant, is a spy, and they have been sent to set you up. They have been sent. I mean, they will literally get people. They try to get people close to you to try to poison you and fuck record you, you know, and all kinds of mess. It's crazy. But literally, nobody that I've ever been with actually loved me and cared about me. This is the reason why, out of everything I've been through, I have no benefits to show for it. I've given all myself to please and appease other people, to make other people happy. I haven't spent all my life chasing love in the wrong places, wanting people to love me, striving for that love that I didn't get from my own family, that I didn't get from my own parents. And it wasn't until I went through an awakening that I looked myself in the mirror and I'm like, what are you doing? And that's when I just stopped everything, cut everything cold turkey. Nothing mattered. I finally realized that nothing that these satanic powers that be, these folks that are in power, none of the things that they tell us should be important to us in life, none of it matters. None of it matters. If you think about it, the majority of the things that you are doing solely because you were told that that's what you needed to do to make it. That's what you needed to do to be somebody. That's what you needed to do to be important. That's the only reason why you are doing it. And I'm going to tell you all something else. I wanted to actually mention this on the last video that I did, which spoke about betrayal of family as a targeted individual. So if you haven't seen that video, go back and see that video as well, and you can further understand this video. Another thing when it comes to being, not just being targeted, but being hurt, being betrayed by your family, if you stop and think about it, the first time you ever felt pain, the first time you were ever hurt, the first time you were ever betrayed, the first time you ever felt sabotaged or left out or neglected or put down or ridiculed or judged or whatever you felt, it was from people who were close to you. It was from people who lied to you and told you that they loved you. So even though those of us whom are targets endure what we go through and we endure right now, and we know that this is a federal program and the government is doing this, understand that your torture and your trauma started from day one in your life. From the very first time that you felt pain, that you were hurt. Think about it. The very first time that you felt pain or you felt hurt, it came from somebody in your family. I don't care if you went through mental abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, emotional abuse, it came from your family. If you got neglected, if you got left out, if you got betrayed, when the first time you got put down, the first time that you was talked about, the first time you got ridiculed, the first time that you took a beating, the first time you was sexually abused, it came from within your family. Those are the people that you are around that you know first. From the time you were born. And as you get a little older, then you get into the church. How many people have been hurt by the church? From home to church, then you go to school. How many people got hurt when they was at school? In some way, shape, form, or fashion. Whether you were jumped, or people tried to fight you, or people would bully you, or people would talk about you, put you down, or people didn't want to be your friend, where people tried to isolate you, whether you was left out or mistreated, whether it be by students or whether it be by your teachers. So from home to church to school, now you're old enough to work. How many people have been hurt on the job? Somebody teasing you, somebody messing with you, somebody bothering you for no apparent reason at all, somebody lying on you, somebody making your life difficult, making your job difficult. And from there, all the other pain, all the other hurt that you endure, it comes from those you date, those that you claim as lovers, or those that you claim as friends. And then, just like most targets feel, you feel the pain, which comes from those in power, your government. And if you just stop and think about all the pain and suffering you have endured, you have been in pain all your life. You have gone through all your life. And it started right at home. It started from your family. And most of us, for those of us who are targets at least, because this is not the same for everybody, but for those of us who are targets, if you just think back over your life, starting from home, through everything that you've been through, most of your trauma, matter of fact, your trauma and your torture and your pain started right at home. So it angers you that the United States government will be doing this to the American people. It angers you that your so-called friends will be involved. It angers you that people that claim that they loved you, that you was in relationships, will be involved. It angers the hell out of you that your family would be involved. Hell, it angers you that complete strangers would be involved. But many of us whom are targeted individuals, we have been getting hurt. We have been betrayed. We have individuals around us who have been disloyal to us and who have hurt us over a long period of time. And so that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I wanted to speak to those targeted individuals who think that this, their name was picked out of a hat and they were randomly selected to be targeted. Some people are, You may have been in a certain job and you spoke against the boss or somebody higher up and they decided to target you, because you can get targeted that way too. You may be a truther or a supposed conspiracy theorist. It ain't no conspiracy. It's a conspirafact, okay? That's a mess that was made up by the CIA to try to discredit people that was on to their lies and their deceptions. So it's various different reasons that people are targeted, but what most targets do not understand is the people whom are closest to them are involved. They have betrayed us. And you got to be strong enough to be alone. And you have to make a conscientious decision that you are going to make it and you are going to fight for your life. No matter how hard you got to fight, no matter what you got to do to stand up for your own health and well-being, to stand up for your own mental stability, to stand up for your human rights. Because nobody controls you. Nobody has any right over your mind, your body, nor your soul. Nobody owns you. Nothing that is being done to targeted individuals all over the world is justified in any legal manner, not even in any biblical manner. It is disgusting, cruel, and unusual punishment, torture, and terror that is being funded by our United States government. And it needs to stop. More and more people are going to become aware that this is happening, because more and more people have already begun to speak out. But if you're going to speak out, then you can't sell out. Don't allow these satanic powers that be to convince you that you need to sell out, because you'll forever then be a slave. you will forever be controlled, because you have then aligned yourself in agreement with the very ones who want to destroy you. And we can just not, we cannot allow that to be. And so people like me speak out at our own detriment. These people could harm me or try to kill me any day for speaking like this. And this is why I continue to speak out. Because if I have to be the sacrifice for the greater good, then so be it. I won't die in vain. But I'm going to stand for something that's worth standing for. Because I'm not stupid enough to fall for anything. And even if I have to stand by myself, that's just fine. Because I'm a leader anyway. I am a leader by nature. I am not a follower. I don't follow up and behind other people. I don't do what other people's doing because the group is doing it. I am my team. Whether I have anybody standing with me or not. That's what sets me apart. So, I wish everyone well. I hope all of you whom are targets take care of yourself. Most of all, you need to love yourself when nobody else loves you. Don't worry about what they say about you. Don't worry about the things that they threaten to do